Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the FUNimation dub of episode 40 of Dragon Ball Super. Picking up where we last left off, Hit is using his time skip ability to avoid the Kamehameha Goku just unleashed. Goku, still in his Super Saiyan Blue form, and he's still combining it with the Kaioken, is charging towards Hit. The clash between the two fighters is so powerful that it causes a great wind to emerge from the arena, and it's tossing all the spectators around like ragdolls. Fortunately, Whis and Vados are able to use their abilities to keep the spectators grounded so they don't have to worry about being tossed around by this power. When the dust clears, or the smoke... Yeah, the dust clears. When the dust and smoke clears, Goku and Hit are actually both standing on the giant pictures of the destroyers rather than the arena itself. At first, Piccolo thinks that they both have been hit with a renout, but the twin destroyers and the referee all agree that the giant pictures are still technically part of the arena, so they're both still in the match. The match can still continue. Hit praises Goku for being a worthy rival because he admits he had to improve his time skip ability yet again just to dodge Goku when he was charging towards him. And while this is happening, Goku is also reflecting on all the Universe 6 fighters, and he thinks they were all they were very powerful fighters, and he feels happy that he was able to fight Hit, the strongest of all of the Universe 6 fighters on this team. Champa notices that Goku's Kaioken is starting to wear off, and he pretty much orders Hit to just keep his distance, don't bother fighting Goku, just wait for the Kaioken to wear off and then finish off Goku from there. And Vados sarcastically comments about how noble of a strategy that is, and Kaba even tries to persuade Champa to reconsider, saying that Hit is a very proud fighter and that's not a way that Hit would want to win. But Champa retaliates by calling all the fighters worthless pawns in his game against his brother. And going off of their expressions, Goku and Hit both take offense to that comment Champa just made. But they proceed with the fight anyway, and Hit improves his time skip ability yet again so that he's able to land a barrage of attacks on Goku, and Goku seems to be knocked out now. The Kaioken is no longer in effect, and Hit thinks he's won, but he's quite surprised to see Goku getting back up and turning the Kaioken technique back on. He's quite impressed by that. And Goku actually asks Lord Beerus to lift the rules of the tournament for this match. His reasoning for this is because, well, he wants to fight Hit at his full power, because Hit has to hold back his power for the tournament because he's an assassin, so his best techniques would be potentially fatal, so Hit has to hold himself back for because of the no-killing rule. And Goku even comments there were a few instances in the fight where he would have been dead if Hit had been allowed to kill. And Champa is like, oh, of course, we'll lift the rules for your match. And Beerus, he doesn't take that well. Beerus is all, oh yeah, you just want to lift the rules so you can have a advantage in your favor, Champa. You just want to keep the rules because it's an advantage in your favor, Beerus. So the twin destroyers are fighting each other. Well, not actually fighting because they can't do that. They're verbally fighting, so they're just yelling at each other and arguing. And Goku and Hit are just standing there like, oh, they're going at it again sort of thing. And Eventually, Goku tells Hit that he hopes they can have a rematch, and he's hoping that in this future rematch that they won't have any tournament rules to hold either of them down. And Goku purposefully jumps out of the ring, and this is what gets the Destroyers to stop arguing. And because Goku gave himself a ring out, that means Hit wins the match. Though Goku's expression to Hit says that there was a reason for why he did that. And after he turns back to his normal form, Goku is starting to feel the side effects of combining Super Saiyan Blue with the Kaioken, and it looks very painful. Piccolo chastises Goku for overexerting himself, and Beerus is not happy about the fact that Goku deliberately lost the match, and Goku responds that if the match had gone on any further, the Kaioken would have wore off on its own and he would have lost anyway. And Goku, he also is quite brave to say it's Beerus' fault for arguing with Champa for so long. And Beerus is like, well, if you didn't want to lift the rules, then I wouldn't have argued with Champa, so it's your fault. And understandably, Beerus is a little upset because he's worried about Manaka going against Hit. Because as you may recall from a few episodes ago, we found out that Manaka is actually not as all-powerful as Beerus claimed him to be. He was just a living motivational lie for Goku and Vegeta. And he, Whis, and Piccolo, thanks to the impressive hearing of Namekians, are the only ones who are aware of the truth about Manaka. And Manaka is understandably quite nervous about having to fight Hit. But as they approach, when the match begins, Hit figures it out. Hit pieces together that Manaka is not that powerful, and well, Manaka tries. He tries to do a punch to Hit. It obviously doesn't do anything, but Hit pretends it does. Hit actually, he throws the match, essentially. Hit pretends to get knocked out by Manaka's great power. So that means Universe 7 won the Tournament of Destroyers. And Goku's going to see the spectators, after the match is over, and he wants to thank the Galactic King personally because the Galactic King mentioning Hit's time skip ability is what helped Goku to put up the impressive fight he did against Hit. And he goes to shake one of the Galactic King's tentacles, like the way you would shake someone's hand as a show of thanks, but well, the Galactic King says that Goku's actually shaking he words it as a highly sensitive organ, and let's just leave it at that. Let's tread no further than that. And Hit, when he returns to the rest of the Universe 6 team, he admits to Champa that he's no longer interested in the hexahedron, the item he was promised if he won the tournament, and he just wants to go home now. But Champa is not happy that the team lost against Universe 7's team, so he starts to create these two energy balls in his hand. In his hands, both his hands, he has these energy balls in his hands, and he's planning to destroy the Universe 6 team in retaliation for losing the tournament. Goku doesn't like this one bit, but Beerus' response to Goku is to just, don't forget your place, is how he responds. And Vado seems to catch something, and she keeps pestering Champa before he can go through with his threats to look at whatever it is she noticed. So Champa, finally getting fed up with it, looks where Vados is pointing, and suddenly he looks very terrified. Whis tells Beerus to also look wherever it is Champa is looking, and when Beerus does so, he's also just as terrified as Champa is. What is it they're looking at exactly? Suddenly, in the middle of the arena, there's three individuals. Two of them look the same as each other. They're very tall. They're blue. They have blue skin. They're wearing a gray outfit, and they're wearing these purple robes with yellow highlights, yellow trimmings, whichever one it is. And in between them, the third individual looks like a child. He's blue as well, but the left and right side of his head is purple, so it's the middle of his head. His face is blue. He's wearing a similar outfit and robe as the two individuals, except his robe has a symbol on it, it has a symbol on the chest part of the robe. And his head, well, you could say his head looks like the same shape as Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. And the episode ends with Beerus and Champa both referring to this child as Grand Zeno. Now, I think it's safe to say, I think even before the sub version of the episode came out, I think it's safe to say everyone knew that Universe 7 was going to win the Tournament of Destroyers. The twist more was how they went about it. You would think that, Goku and Hit's big fight would have been the conclusion, but no, it wasn't. Goku actually threw the match to Hit, and in turn, Hit threw the match with Manaka. He even mentally comments to himself that Goku and him are even now. And it was kind of anticlimactic, though some may say that's humorous, though whether some might not have liked the anticlimactic ending, I guess it's gonna vary from person to person. But I thought it was a nice touch how Hit warmed up to Goku. Fuwa, the Universe 6 Supreme Kai, even commented in the episode how Hit's a lot more talkative than he usually is, and he's actually smiling. That's something he's never done before, apparently. And, well, the ending, that's right, the ending with the arrival of this Zeno character. Now, if you've been following up with the sub version, you should know who Zeno is. For those of you who are just watching along with the dub, don't worry, you'll get an answer for who Zeno is exactly in the next episode. And that's also going to be the last episode, or the last main episode for the Champa saga. There's a reason I say main episode. I'll cover that in the next video as well, but we've reached the point where we just gotta tie up what's left of the Champa saga now that the tournament is over. And, Goku and the Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue combo, those side effects he's feeling, that's a good indicator about why he can't just use this combo all willy-nilly. He has to be very sparing with it. It definitely looked painful, to say the least. So, there you have it. We're one more episode away from the conclusion for the main storyline of the Champa saga, and we'll be covering that next once it hits the United States airwaves. Take care, and until next time.